This story is called Night Comes to the Rainforest, Brazil. It was bright all the time, the sun burning down all the time. The green liana vines, bright green, the reds and blues, all the flowers so bright. Everybody's eyes, they kind of squinted to look and see. It was so bright all the time, and no one slept very well at all. No one slept. There was a farmer. He was married to a woman, and the woman was the daughter of the great snake king who lived way down the Madeira River. She's a woman. She was a snake. And she told her husband, my father told me about a thing called night. And he said, what are you talking about? She said, well, for a moment, close your eyes. And so he did. And he said, yes. And she covered his eyes with her hands. And she said, just imagine when there's night, it's darker than that when your eyes are open. He said, really? Then I could really sleep? I could really sleep? Oh, I would love to have a great night's sleep. None of us, it seems we never sleep. We never sleep, and we're always tired. Your father has night, this thing called night? She said, yes, he told me about it. Let's go get it, let's go get it now, your father will give it. He loves you, he'll give it to us, let's go. She said, husband, there's more work to do here, you can't leave right now. Oh, but our 3 neighbors, they seem to have finished with their crops. Maybe they would go down the river for us, because this night is going to help everyone. Everyone needs sleep. Right, said the farmer. So they talked to the neighbors, the 3 neighbors, and they said, sure, we'll take our canoe down the river. And so that's what they did. They started down the river, down the river, down the river they went. Down the river, down the river, down the river they went. On and on and on. It's a big river. That river leads in to the great Amazon River. Well, they got on down and they saw the great snake. It was sleeping in a hammock. But when it saw them, the Snake King thought something was wrong with his daughter, that she was sick or something had happened. Why else would they be here? And he said, Are you here? Is my daughter all right? Is my daughter all right? Is my daughter all right? And they said, oh, King Snake, yes, don't worry. Your daughter is fine. It's just that your daughter talked about night, and that you know about night and where it is. And the King Snake nodded and said, yes, I know where night is. It's a very special thing, night. Most people cannot handle what night can do, but my daughter can. Well, your daughter said to tell you that we would bring back night, and then she would take it, and she would know what to do with it. Okay, I will get it for you. Stay in your boat. And the great snake dove into the water and went way down deep underwater. The three waited on the boat and waited and waited and waited and waited. What's taking that snake so long? It must be deep in the river this night. But finally, the Snake King came up, and he had a tucuma nut in his mouth. Why does he have a nut in his mouth? And he spit it out, and it landed in the boat, just like that. And they picked it up, and they looked at the tucuma nut, and they said, "Why did you give us this nut?" And he said, "Night is in there. And I plugged it up. I plugged it up. You see, there's a plug there. It holds it safe. Do not open that. Take it to my daughter. Do not open it. Let her open it. She will take care of night, and night will let you sleep." And the king snake dove back underwater. And the three neighbors started back up the river. Well, going up the river is a lot harder than coming down. So they were paddling. It's hard work. And there was the tucuma nut on the floor of the canoe. And what? What's that sound? It's coming from the nut. What's that sound? They looked at the nut. They listened. What's that sound? What's that sound? What's that sound coming from the nut? They picked it up. They looked. They set it back down. It was moving around, a little rolling, still making all the strange little sounds, little noises. What's that sound? Hey, you think we should open it? No. You heard what he said. We've got to take it back. You heard what he said. No. Do not. Okay, well, let's keep going. They paddled on. The sounds kept on. Oh, they kept looking. Oh, I wonder what it is. What could it be? Hey, look. Maybe we could just, unplug it and take a quick look and plug it back in again. What do you think? That's not going to work. Well, maybe it'd work. Don't you want to know what's in there? Yeah, I do. I do too, said the three. And you know what they did? They opened the nut, and night escaped. Darkness came out of the nut, and along with it, mosquitoes. Bats came flying, and whoa, starlight. And they hid their heads. There it goes. Oh no, what have we done? Close it up. We can't close it up. No, we can't close it up. And the daughter, back at home, her husband had fallen asleep. She had fallen asleep for a little while. She looked around. It was starting to get darker. You know how you see like a storm coming across the sky, dark clouds? Well, that's how night was moving. It was coming across the sky. It was getting darker. Her husband was now sleeping soundly, more than he had slept in many days. And she looked around. Everybody was falling asleep. As it grew darker, they were all falling asleep. She fell asleep for a little bit. No, I can't fall asleep. We've got to do something. And she looked around, and as night settled in, things started transforming. A rock turned into an armadillo. Another rock turned into a margay cat. A bush turned into a tapir. A long log turned into an anaconda. Leaves turned into bats, flapping. Another log in the side of the water turned into a caiman and swam in. animals that we know, they appeared. Night had come to the rainforest. Night had come to the rainforest. Would it be night forever? Would it be night forever? The Snake King's daughter got an idea. She pulled out a hair from her head. She tied it to the edge of night, to the edge of night, to the edge of night. She got another Takuma nut. She hollowed it out. She just made a hole down into it. Made some room in there, made some room in there, and pulled the night, and started stuffing it in. Started stuffing it in, so there was just enough night and you could see the stars. And the night was then over as the sun came up and lit up the day, and those new animals went back into the forest to rest in the day so they could come out again at night. And she took that nut of night and she took it deep into the rainforest and she threw it where no one would find it, where no one would find it again. And that's how night came to the rainforest.